What is going on, guys? It's a travel day again, and today we're gonna be going to the airport and we're going to Sri Lanka. It's been a blast here in Egypt and we're super excited to be going to our next destination.
My cousin is driving us to the airport right now with her dad and mom, and I'm so sad to be leaving.
Yeah, we're very sad. It's been such a good time.
They were great hosts, but we are so excited for the next adventure.
Yeah. There's always some challenges on travel days. Like, we haven't been able to go one travel day without challenges, and today we have to go to the airport and pick up the drone because if you guys remember, the drone was taken away when we got to Egypt. So let's hope that goes without any issues. And we also have our COVID test that may or may not be accepted, but we're keeping positive vibes and hopefully everything goes smoothly. Unfortunately, as soon as we got to the airport, we ran into issues immediately, and it's regarding the drone. Our airline told us that we're not allowed to transit with the drone, as well as that we need a visa to go to Sri Lanka. But we looked all this information up beforehand, and it said that you're allowed to get a visa on arrival. So we decided not to get it prior because we were waiting for our PCR test to come back negative first. And on their website it says it takes 3 days for the results to come back, for the visa. So they're not letting us board at the moment, but we're trying to clear things up with them because on their website it says you are allowed to fly with the drone as long as the battery is less than 100 kilowatt hours, which ours are 60. And I'm just watching the bags right now while Zay's trying to clear things up. And on Sri Lanka's government website it says that you can enter the country and they can do a visa on arrival and you do not need it prior. So we'll see what happens, but this sucks immediately, just like usual. So much struggle with travels all the time. Super stressful, but hopefully it works out for the best. We'll keep you guys updated.
We finally made it to Sri Lanka. We're waiting for our cab right now, and it has been the most struggle of a day. I think we thought leaving Canada was bad, but trying to leave Egypt was literally impossible, and we almost missed our flight here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell you guys about that later, but like I said in the beginning of this vlog, it is a struggle. Travel days are a struggle. So yeah, we'll tell you guys all about it tomorrow when we wake up because it is late. It's about 2 a.m. right now. We're gonna head to our stay, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. So we got dropped off by our cab driver, and we didn't get dropped off at the correct location. And there's a ton of dogs on the streets, literally hundreds of dogs barking all over. And we've been walking for 20 minutes now, trying to find our hotel or villa.
It was so difficult getting here, but we finally made it. Look at our room. It has a fan. It's so hot in here. We're both sweating. The room looks very clean, and it's pretty small, but it's all we need, honestly. We don't need anything else. There's a shared living space that we will show you guys soon.
There's all our luggage.
Yeah, that we're lugging around.
Yes, for miles.
And here's our private bathroom, and the shower seems to be combined with the toilet area.
I think that's like that a lot of Asia and stuff. When I went to Thailand, that was the same thing. I found it super weird that the toilet and the shower is right in the same room. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, and it did take a little bit of time finding it. We got dropped off pretty far, and there was a lot of dogs, literally hundreds of dogs barking. And yeah, it was not a pleasant experience at 3 a.m. in the morning.
So this is our tour of our villa. It's called Villa Ananthaya, and it's absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna make our way over to the side right here, where there's a room that you can book. We are not staying in this room. We are staying in the main house. But then you walk over this nice paved ground, very comfortable to walk on, very clean. And here's the pool that you can take a dip in when you're feeling warm, or if it's really hot outside, or if you just want to just sit by it. This pool actually lights up at night. We will show you guys that later. And we have these beautiful plants just to add some aesthetic. There's a nice water fountain here as well. which you can just listen to and relax. If you want a tan, there's a little chair right here for you to lay on as well.
Good morning, or should we say afternoon, because it is the next day and we slept in. We got some really much needed sleep because we were exhausted when we got to the villa. And right now we're just going to walk around. We're looking for a grocery store to do some shopping, and we'll see what happens.
The one thing I noticed about here that I really like is like it's a jungle vibe. All the houses are like tucked into like the woods. As you can see behind us, there's just like a bunch of green everywhere, and it's such a drastic change from Egypt where we really didn't see anything but palm trees.
Yeah. And
not really a lot of grass or plants.
Yeah, there wasn't much greenery in Egypt, that's for sure.
And oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you would expect, obviously.
And everyone here so far seems so friendly. Everyone we walk past says hello and like waves to us. And you can see I'm finally wearing shorts. It's like 28 degrees Celsius here, and I'm so excited to be in a climate where I can finally sweat.
So we've been walking around for a while now, probably 20-25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and it's super, super warm.
Like hot. Yeah.
I mean, we've been sweating the whole time. It's super hot. We just went grocery shopping, and we got a lot of stuff, and we only spent $22 Canadian.
Today total. We got ice cream before this and a water bottle, and we had to buy an extra mask.
Yeah.
And the cost of our tuk-tuk, so like so inexpensive here.
It's crazy. And yes, we're gonna go on our first tuk-tuk ride ever. Well, I've been on one in my life before, but I don't think Zay has, and it's gonna be her first ride. There is all the stuff we got. Some fruits.
Breakfast, coffee.
Breakfast, coffee, and you know, some beers. The essentials only. At the store, we got a couple of beers, and this beer right here, Carlsberg, which we have in Canada as well, 625 milliliters, so more than half a liter of beer, cost about, I think, $1.50 for all that. That's crazy cheap.
If you're wondering why I had one earring missing in all of the previous shots, it's because it fell out on the driveway and I didn't realize it till after we got back, and the owner was like, "Whose earring is this?" And I was like, "Mine." It's not a fashion statement, it literally just fell out and I didn't realize. So we're having dinner at our villa right now. There's a private chef who makes breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Bon appetit. This is rice and curry from the Sri Lanka, Villa Ananthaya. We have potato, this we call in Sinhala is kadala, beetroot, green beans and pumpkin, and some salad. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you so much, chef.
Thank you.
It's about $6 a person, and it's pretty affordable. The food is delicious. We're gonna pop up on the screen the lunch that we had earlier today. It was like a rice with a curry dish and like a little salad on the side, and it was absolutely amazing. A little too spicy for me, but Attila was loving the spicy levels. We're gonna enjoy our beautiful dinner with the beautiful views, and we will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is day 2. We are renting a scooter and we're gonna explore the area on the scooter. Yesterday we tried walking in the heat for about an hour and we were just done and took a tuk-tuk back. And this is such a large area that we really can't explore everything on foot. So let's go on the scooter.
So, there's a 100% chance that we're looking ridiculous right now. And that's because it's raining, it's windy, and we chose one of the worst days to go on the moped. And it is our first time riding a moped as well. In Sri Lanka or in a foreign country, kind of. And yeah, it's pretty intense. It's not too bad, but it's raining and everything, so that makes it that much more intense. And we're at a fish market right now under this little dome, and we're just gonna wait till the rain comes down a little bit before we try and get out there. It's super windy, and we're just gonna wait it out, honestly. So we'll rain for another hour possibly.
Yeah, and the streets here are not that bad to ride on. Attila has been riding the whole time. I'm a little too scared to. I've never been on a scooter or a motorcycle like by myself. So he's doing all the work, but it's raining
lot of crabs, a lot of fresh fish, a lot of everything here. I feel like it's not as busy at the moment because it is raining, but who knows? This is supposed to be a really busy fish market otherwise. Still got our ponchos on. As you can see, people love them. No one has a poncho on here. They're used to the rain more than us apparently. And the fish market is right on the ocean, so we'll show you guys the ocean right there behind us. We'll get closer in a little bit. And I believe that is the Indian Ocean. And we're gonna keep going because I think it does get a little bit busier up ahead, and we'll show you guys what they're selling, but there's tons of fresh fish all over.
Also, I'd like to say something also. Shout out to Gary for getting us these ponchos because we did not think of them, and he had a really good idea to get these for us.
Yeah. It's not only fish that they're selling, they also have a lot of vegetables and produce and everything, and it all looks fresh off the trees. And there is what it's looking like up ahead. There's a lot of tents and everything is blowing in the wind like crazy, as you can tell. But we're still making the best of it.
Look at the cute little watermelons.
There's tiny watermelons, yeah. A lot of different kind of fruits and vegetables
that I haven't really seen before.
Yeah, we're gonna try out some fruits and vegetables on this trip that we've never seen or tried before, so stay tuned for that, definitely. So it is getting busier. Hello! There's a lot more fruits, a lot more vegetables here. And it's, yeah, a lot more people as well. Very interesting to see. I'm getting hungry, we didn't have breakfast yet. And everyone's loving to see us as well. We're the only white people here. Getting a lot of looks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially Zay.
And I'm definitely getting a lot of cat calls.
A lot of cat calling for Zay. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys hear it, but she is getting catcalled, and you know, people love her. Oh, I did get clotheslined as well right now behind the camera, so that's some content for you guys. I wish I would have shown it. My hair is absolutely wilding. I guess there's no good hair days on this trip. We're about to check out the ocean. It's just right there, so you can see the market is just like by the ocean. We're gonna get on those rocks and check it out real quick. Right here. Very violent at the moment. It's not very calm because it is storming, but the storm is supposed to stop and it is supposed to get a little bit nicer out in about 30 minutes hopefully. The whole roof over here is being held up by sticks, and the sticks keep getting like blown over. And people are loving us, as you can see or hear. Hopefully you can hear it, but it's pretty funny. And yeah, it's pretty wild with these things. Everyone's getting clotheslined left and right, us included. And you got a duck basically, and yeah.
We would not suggest coming here on a windy day, because these are probably only up because of the rain and the wind. Yeah. Usually it's probably open and nice and sunny.
Yeah, it would be beautiful if it was sunny. It's still nice and warm actually, it's not bad. Better than Malta and Egypt in terms of temperatures, but yeah. Those birds over there. It's pretty wild. Look at the roofs blowing in the wind. And we got a duck. A lot of yelling as well, but that's to be expected at a market, I guess.
So yesterday we went to the supermarket and we bought some bananas and watermelon. We tried the bananas this morning. They're very mini. Those are probably the best bananas I've had so far, to be honest. They're all mini for some reason here. I haven't seen any normal size bananas, but yeah, very delicious. They're a lot more strict here with the masks than Egypt. Like, they make you wear a mask while you're riding the scooter, and whenever you're going into any shops or restaurants, just like, I don't know, not like anywhere that we've been so far. Like, usually when you're outside you don't have to wear a mask, but you have to wear it when you're here.
On a moped, when you're riding together away from everybody, that's kind of, I don't really understand the sense behind it, but we do follow the rules because the guy who rented us the scooter said that we'll get pulled over by the police if we don't do it. So, and everyone seems to be doing it, so we're just following the rules.
That's a shark, and that's a gigantic tuna. Oh my god. A lot of exotic fish. Yeah. Yeah. Very big. We haven't had breakfast yet, so we stopped at this restaurant called Blue Bayou, and we ordered breakfast. I got the omelet with french fries, and Attila got the Sri Lankan omelet with french fries. I'm not really even sure what that is. And we got vegetable spring rolls to start. The prices are pretty decent. They're not that expensive, like 300 or 400 rupees for the omelet and fries. We got this delicious breakfast. This is what my omelet and french fries look like, and we got some vegetable spring rolls to start, and everything smells so good when it came out, and I'm just like excited to eat.
Yeah, we're both really hungry at this point. We didn't have breakfast yet. It's about 10:30 a.m. So we're just gonna dig in right now, right away.
The breakfast was so delicious, and it was only 1,550 rupees, which is about $10 Canadian. We got 2 drinks, an appetizer, and 2 breakfasts. That is like so cheap. We are off to the temple now.
Just made it to our very first temple in Sri Lanka here. The temple is called Anguru Karamula. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's right behind me and it looks beautiful. There's a massive Buddha statue in the middle. We're going to show you all that. But 70% of the population in Sri Lanka is actually Buddhist, so there's going to be tons of temples and tons of Buddhas that we're going to be showing you, and we're going to be visiting a lot of them. And yeah, it's really beautiful here. We haven't shown you guys our ride yet, but here it is. We have the 2 helmets, as you can see, and it's just a little scooter. I think it's a Honda Dio if I'm correct. And I haven't actually ridden a moped for a while. The last time I did ride a moped was in Croatia, and that was for a week, and that was the only time that I rode a moped. But so far we're being really safe, we're taking care, and traffic is not too terrible. They do also drive on the other side of the road than Canada does, so that's something else to get used to, but yeah, we're doing all right so far.
The Buddha you see behind me is 6 meters tall, and this is actually my first time at a temple. I've never been to one before, and it's very interesting.
So we just finished exploring the temple, and it was really beautiful, and we learned quite a bit about Buddhism, and we went all around and they gave us this book, and yeah, it explains everything step by step. Everything's numbered, and it's in English and a whole bunch of other languages as well.
We also paid 1,000 rupees each to enter. We're not 100% sure if it's a fee to enter or a donation. There was a little bit of a language barrier, but he asked us for 1,000 each, and we said that's not a problem. It's about $6 Canadian, so no big deal.
And we think it was completely worth it. So yeah, if you're going to a temple to check it out, especially you learn so much about the Buddhism and like their culture and everything like that, so it's completely worth it. So we haven't exactly planned out what we're going to do today because it was going to rain and it was going to be cloudy, so we're going as we go. So we're just looking up on our phones what to do next, and we'll see what we come up with.
We made it to Morawala Beach. It's very beautiful. It's rocky. The waves are hitting like super hard, and there seems to be a lot of people enjoying swimming right now.
Yep. It's looking absolutely beautiful.
Minus the trash.
Yeah, there is a lot of trash. I don't know if you could see right behind us on the coastline, but I guess what can you do about it, right?
Yeah, and
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I keep interrupting, I'm sorry. And we got lucky with the weather because the rain stopped, the sun is shining. It's still cloudy, but it's nice and warm and hot.
Yeah.
Attila was feeling a dip in the water. It's pretty windy, so I'm not gonna go in, but he's a bit more courageous than I am. How's the temperature?
It's really good. It's warm.
Warm water.
Yeah, it's warm.
The Indian
For me,
Ocean.
I hate cold water.
He hates cold water. There's definitely a decent amount of pollution at the beach. Like when we were walking here, we had to go across the rocks over there, and there's just a lot of garbage. There's even stray dogs on the beach. There's stray dogs everywhere, to be honest. But we're not as scared of them now because we realize they don't do anything to us. Attila's out there in the water. I don't know if you can see him. He's right there.
I made it out of the water.
How was it?
It's really warm actually, and like Zay was saying, I do not like the cold water at all, and I had no issues going in here, but it is quite dirty. There's like a lot of trash on the side of the beach and in the water as well, but it was good still. So on this beach you can actually walk all the way out there, all the way to the tip, and it's not going to be very deep. I saw a guy being very far away over there, and it's pretty beautiful. I think you do have to wear some kind of flip-flops or shoes on the surface, because if you're walking barefoot it's going to take you a moment. And check out all those crabs under the straw, guys. I don't know if you could see it once again, but they're right under there hiding. Quite a few of them. We'll try and spot some more. We were just walking along the shoreline and I spotted the sea urchin right there. Is that black pointy animal, and they're actually venomous and poisonous, so if you step on them you're gonna have a very bad day, and you'll have an inflammatory reaction and it will not be fun. So you're gonna watch out for them when you're going in the water. I actually did not know that they had them here, but yeah, just be careful when you're in the water. So we found a sea urchin that was just washed up on shore, and this is what it looks like to show you guys a little bit more clearly. And it's full of spikes, so if you step on it they'll get stuck in your skin, and like I was saying, you're not gonna have a good day. But yeah, and it does have that toxin that'll make you like inflamed, that'll be extremely painful.
So we're gonna go exchange some money right now. A lot of places either don't take Visa or their debit machines aren't connected to the internet too well, so it fails a lot of the transactions. So we're gonna go exchange some money and find some coconuts to drink, because I heard the local coconuts are really cheap and really good. We made it to the exchange. We just got out. For $100 American, we got 24,000 rupees. And we're just gonna walk down this district. It seems like a shopping district. There's all kinds of stores. So let's go see what they have.
There's tons of shops along this road right here, as you can tell. Very busy streets, and yeah, a lot of shopping to do. We're gonna try and find something like food or juice. I'm kind of hungry. Today isn't yet, but I think I gotta eat soon. I'm burning up a lot of calories right now. So we did end up finding a juice shop. We just went in the shoe store actually, just to check out the prices of the shoes and compare them to Egypt. Streets are really loud. I hope you guys can hear me, but we found this juice shop and we're gonna check out some juices and see how much they cost and try some.
We're waiting for our drinks, and all the desserts in the window are staring us in the eye. So we fell into the trap and got this one. It's a mix of like, I don't know, like chocolate, I think, some orange flavor, and maybe vanilla. They told us it's a milk product, and Attila already took a bite. I'm about to try one now too. It's good. It melts in your mouth. Delicious.
So we got our smoothies over here, and I decided to be really daring and try something that I have actually zero idea what it is. It's called special, what was it?
Faluda.
Special Faluda. Never heard of it. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna try it. And Zay got fresh papaya juice. So I just looked up what I drank. It was really delicious actually, and it had a very interesting taste to it. It was actually vermicelli noodle. It's an Indian dish with rose syrup in it, and it was really delicious. It had a really strong taste of like a rose, if that makes any sense. It smelled like roses as well, and it was really delicious. Zay tried it too and she liked it as well. It was more of a dessert, and it had ice cream inside of it, and it was so good. This is the place where we had the desserts. It's called Bombay Sweet Palace and Bakers, and we recommend it. It's really delicious, and they have a lot of good stuff in there.
So we just made it to Rook Devi Park, and it's gorgeous the way they have it laid out. It's clean, it's nice. We had to pay 200 rupees each to get in, which isn't much. It's like $1 between the two of us. And we also forgot to mention the price of the drinks that we got. They were $150 each, so it was $370 with the dessert, which still is not bad.
Yeah, well worth it. The prices are really good for us here, and yeah, we're loving it. What we're noticing here is that the park is really well maintained. There's a lot of people sweeping, cleaning up and everything. There's no trash anywhere, so that's probably why you have to pay to get in here. And also there was something kind of weird that happened to us earlier. There was like a police lady that came up to us and she said that we have to pay 500 rupees to film in the park, and then we're just like asking her like, what do you mean? We already paid admission. And then she just ended up saying that we don't have to pay anything, and it was kind of weird. I feel like it was almost like a scam or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, we're gonna end the video here for today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Last night we got in super early. It was actually in the morning, around 4 o'clock, that we got to our villa. We had a little bit of a tough time finding it. We walked around for a while and it was kind of wild because we're walking around and we got dropped off by our taxi somewhere, and there's tons of dogs, and it was a scary time getting to it, but we found it. And yesterday was actually one of our toughest travel days yet, and we're gonna explain to you guys why that was.
We got to the airport 4 hours before our flight. 4 hours. And we made it to our gate 5 minutes before they started boarding, which is ridiculous.
So the reason this happened with us is partly because of the drone, because we had a drone that was seized like we explained when we got to Egypt in the first video. That was the part of it, but also it was partly because the staff at the airport were super like weird and incompetent. I don't mean to say that, but they were like, they didn't know what they were talking about. So first we get to the check-in counter, we try to check in, and they basically told us that we cannot come to Sri Lanka if we don't already have a visa. But like I said in the beginning of this video, we already had researched and saw that you can get a visa on arrival, and we decided not to get the visa beforehand. And they said you cannot even board this plane without the visa, and they told us that we can't board the plane with a drone and transit through Abu Dhabi.
Because it's not allowed in Abu Dhabi. But then we explained that we're not even going to Abu Dhabi. Our transit, our layover is literally an hour from there. Like there. Like we're there for an hour, and then we get on the next
layover
flight.
Basically,
Yeah.
And then what happened is we got sent away, and they said you cannot fly with us, or you cannot transit through Abu Dhabi, or nothing like that. And we were extremely sad at that point right away, and we were like stressed out. We're like, what are we gonna do? Do we have to cancel or rebook, or what we're gonna have to do? We didn't know what we're gonna do at that point. And we sat down and we started researching, and literally 10 to 15 minutes into our research, we went into the airline website, and they said that you can fly with a drone. You just have to have it on your carry-on. You can't have it in your check-in bag. And we also went on Sri Lanka's government website, which said that you do not need to have a visa beforehand, that you can do it on arrival.
So I went to the counter, the lady who rejected us, and I went to her and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we only have an hour layover. We're not flying the drone in Abu Dhabi. Why can't we bring the drone? This and that. And then at that point, she informs us, yeah, you can bring the drone actually, but the battery has to be under 100 watts. And then I'm like, why wouldn't you mention that in the first place before turning us away? So we go and I'm running back to Attila trying to see like how many watts the drone battery is, and it's only 60. So we come back with the laptop showing her on the Sri Lanka government website says that you can do the visa on arrival. We show her the drone battery watts and everything. And then after all of this of us begging and showing and proving, she walks over to the counter and she's like, yeah, okay, I'll let them know. And then they basically started to let us check in and get our boarding pass, and then Attila went through a whole struggle of trying to get the drone back from customs, and everybody there literally doesn't care about you, doesn't care if you're gonna miss your flight. They're dilly-dallying, they're taking their time, they're drinking tea. They literally could give less of a about you, you know?
Yeah.
They just didn't care. They just wanted their money, and they could care less about you missing your flight or you not getting on the plane. And the girls who were at the counter, like loading our boarding pass and stuff, giving it to us initially, like you could tell they had just like a sour look on their face, just staring at us the entire time. We almost missed our flight, and we were almost not able to come to Sri Lanka because of somebody else's incompetence. With not knowing the proper rules, not knowing the proper visa rules, not knowing the drone rules, or at least not informing us of the proper drone rules. And we were like so pissed off yesterday. That is why there's no happy dance in this video. There was nothing to be dancing about. We're happy to be in Sri Lanka, but what it took to get here was like so frustrating.
Just a major struggle, basically. And yeah, it's the same thing when we got to Egypt. We kind of knew that drones weren't allowed already, but it's not like we had a choice to leave it anywhere because we are traveling for a full year. So it's not like we can go home or leave the drone at home and nothing like that, right? So we were fine with locking it up, but it still took hours to lock it up when we got there. And it took like probably more than an hour to unlock it and pay for it and everything. And it should not have taken that long because the process basically took this long because people were not really caring about anything. They didn't care if we missed our flight or anything. They were drinking tea like Zay was saying, and
we had a receipt. All we had to do is show them the receipt, pay for the drone, get it back, and go to our gate.
Yeah.
Why did that take 3.5 hours?
Yeah, and every step of this process took so long, it's hard to explain. So basically, if you are planning to travel to Egypt, do not bring a drone. And if you're traveling in a situation like us, try and lock it up in a different country and go to pick it up or ship it or something else, because it's definitely a struggle.
Also, if they turn you away while trying to board the plane or trying to get your boarding pass, do not listen to the people at the counter. Get the proper information from the airline website, from government websites, everything, because we had the proper information and they didn't. And they tried to tell us that we're not allowed on the plane. But we got on the plane, so we won in this one.
Yeah, and if we didn't do our research basically and we didn't go back to them, like Zay went back to them and showed them what we found, we would have literally had to rebook a flight with a different airline because they said you can't even bring a drone on Abu Dhabi Airline. What was the airline called?
The Etihad.
Yeah, Etihad Airlines, but you can bring it on any airline basically because they all have the same rules or very similar rules. It's under 100 kilowatt hour batteries, and most commercial drones that are like personal use are going to be under that, and so will every electronics. So just do your research and go back to them and let them know, because apparently they don't all know the rules, and it was really frustrating and really stressful to go through this experience.
Yeah. Also, when we got the drone back from customs, finally, it was in a box locked up with the battery they took originally. So when we got the drone back, they said that you can't bring it on the plane, it has to be in the checked bag. We're like, okay, no problem. We go to try to like get the bag checked. They're like, no, the battery has to be out of the box and in your carry-on, but the drone can be in the checked luggage. But they wouldn't let us open the box that custom packaged up. Yeah. So at that point, we're like fighting, we're begging, we're like, please just let us take the battery out of the bag and put it in our check-in, this and that. We're begging, we're looking. The airline person and then the customs person are like arguing about the fact who's right or not, and we're just standing there like, oh my god. And finally, I'm like begging the customs guy, please let me open the drone box, please. And like after a minute or whatever, he's just like, he just does this and he lets me open the bag. And he lets us take it out of the checked bag completely and put it in a checked-in bag.
Yeah, and this at this point we're cutting it really close to not being able to check in and put our check bag in. And let me just tell you guys, we ripped the box with the drone open like savages. Like it was crazy.
Attila was like trying to like rip it open.
This box was taped up with like a whole roll of tape and everything, and we ripped that thing to shreds immediately and just took the drone out, and they let us bring it on board because you can't like put the batteries inside your check bag, and it was just a disaster. All like, you know, it was just crazy.
My suggestion is do not travel to Egypt, to be honest. At this point, out of everything like we went through, it's not even worth it. It's really not. Like everyone there does not care about you, your time, who you are, how much money is going to go to waste if you miss your flight. And I actually talked to a guy in the airport who's having a way worse time than we are. And he said he's never coming back to Egypt either. So.
It's really, really, really unorganized. and it's just like craziness. Like there's no organization to anything that we've experienced, and it's just tough traveling through Egypt, in Egypt, and everything like that. So I'm not gonna not suggest not to travel to Egypt, but just be aware of this and be ready, and make sure you're following all the rules and their laws, because like they're really strict. They're like extremely strict.